Good morning, girls, from a very cold Pretoria. Um, I've been asked to show you guys how I've actually done acetone transfers on these nails. I've called them old letters because that's kind of what it reminds me of. You know, old love letter, old letter from mom, a boyfriend's letter you've burnt. Uh, so I'm just going to give you a quick tutorial and then sort of the right way to do it. What I've done is I've just prepped one of my nails in a very sort of light nude color, just a nude pink, and I've given it a double coat. I haven't actually wiped off with gel residue, so it is still a little bit sticky, but some of the gels that you use also don't need the gel wipe, so just be sure to check on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use it as is, and I'm just going to start with my shimmer powders. So with one of these nails, for example, this one, I've used the actual bronze shimmer powder and just a little bit of black, just to give it that little bit of old look. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off with the bronze shimmer powder and just lightly dust it into the actual, still a little bit of a sticky layer. And just here and there, just to very roughly, just to actually give it some of that olden look. Now your base color can be anything. You can actually decide on what kind of look you want. I just went with the pink today because I think it'll just give a little bit of a, just give you a little bit of a more clear view of what the powders, shimmer powders and stuff actually do and how they sit on the nail. Alright, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of gold just to sort of break that bronze. And again, it's only going to be here and there. You don't have to do the whole nail because you need to leave a little bit of space that's going to be workable for your lettering. So just a little bit. It's only going to give it that slight gold feel. It's not going to be the dominant color on the nail. So just maybe here and there where there's still a little bit of the sticky layer left, you can just sort of rub it in very randomly. I've felt lately that the more random I do the nails, the better they actually turn out. Alright, so there you just have a base with the nail. What you want to do now is just dust it off. So I'm going to dust it off. I'm sitting in my PJs, by the way, because it's extremely cold this time of year. Alright, so there you've got a nice little effect of the gold, which isn't a solid gold, and you've got some of the bronzing coming through on the nail. Right, so after it's dusted, and I'm sure that I've got most of the dust off, what I want to do is just concentrate on the acetone transfer. Okay, so let's get started. What I've done and found works the best is to use a paper similar to just normal A4 paper, because I've used newspaper clippings, I've used magazine clippings, but it really honestly does depend on the paper and how well it's going to transfer on the actual nail. So what I've done just for this tutorial is just literally ripped out one of my old documents that I've had laying around, because I mean, as you can see on the nail, the lettering is not really that clear, so it's not like you can read I love you and whatever, but I think it actually adds to the mystery of the nail and the letter, which is cool for me. So I've just sort of prepared just a little piece of paper. This is normal A4 paper, and I feel that it's got the best transferability onto the actual nail. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to wrap this around the nail, just to get, you can do it diagonally, you can do it straight, you can do it sideways, whichever way works for you to get the most lettering or the effect that you want. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it around, and I want the piece of paper big enough so that I can wrap it around tightly around the whole nail. So you sort of want to get to see the shape of the nail in there. Okay, so once the paper is really tight, you can then rest this or press it down, and that's the start of your transfer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of acetone, and I'm going to use my trusted ombre brush, you know, just to literally dab. Let me just put this here so you can actually see it. You're going to dab it into the acetone, wipe it off at least once, and then you're lightly going to press the acetone onto the nail. Remember to wipe, otherwise you have an excess of acetone, which is only going to make the lettering smudge. Right, so there you can see some of the... Okay, so what I've done is I've just literally let it dry for like 30 seconds. And then when you open it, just be kind of gentle, because some of the ink might still pull off the nail. So, and there you go. So you can see some of the ink and the lettering has now been transferred onto the nail. So you can go into further detail with this, you know, just add. Okay, so as you can see, the letters have now transferred, and you can go different routes with this. You can add more of the shimmer powder to a sticky base coat if you like. You can actually just mattify the nail. What I like to do to just give it that older look is take a little bit of my black gel. It is a little bit diluted, and then I will just literally do a couple of dots on it, and you will just use that to just smudge it into the nail and into the glitter powder, just giving it a little bit of an oldish look, and also just covering a little bit of the blank spots that you might have left on the nail. What's nice with this is you can actually use the sticky layer. Okay, so now to finish the nail, I've added some detail just to make it look like a burnt letter. And by doing that, I'm just putting darker solid lines, and you can go over them once or twice. It sort of just gives you that effect. And then what I do is I'll just slightly blend them in, blend in the line. And for this, I like to just dilute the black gel with some acetone, as it just gives a little bit more of a fluidity to it, if I can use that word. You know, base gel would just give you a lot more of a actual marble, and I'm not looking for the actual marble. I'm just looking for the faded lines on the nail. So again, I'm just going to smudge a little bit of that in, just enough just to give it the effect that you want. And then I'm just going to cure this for 30 seconds, and then you can apply your top coat. So for the final one, we'll do this one in matte, and then I'll see you again for another tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is one of my first full tutorials. I love all you guys' work, and so thankful for all the support. So I will see you next time.